Hey guys, what's going on? Mouse here, and welcome to another Guild Boss video. 9.183 billion. A lot of you guys have seen my posts, and I actually did not expect this as well, that I'll be able to reach this score, because during the first day and the second day of the patch, oh my god, like support is dead. I've been seeing my guild mates, I've been seeing other people that they're having great results with magnifying slashes, the legendary one. This time around, I'm gonna register this for now. I think it's gonna be like Rage 17 maybe. But yeah, in this video, I'm gonna share with you guys everything. And what I did here, I'm gonna share you the stats. I'm gonna share you the replay as well, so that you can check it. I'm gonna show you the builds. I'm gonna explain them in detail. Literally everything I'm gonna share with you guys. So we have here Jinwoo with 200M. So this is still the support Jinwoo. And we have here Thomas Andre at 3.3 billion and Kogun at 1.8 billion. That's crazy. And Mirai 1.570. I think she can still be improved, and I don't have legendary vacuum wave yet, but I think if I can improve my Mirai and be able to get her into like maybe 1.8 billion, that's gonna be a lot of points. And then we have our Chahe in, we have our Libora here, and Joy with 426 million. Just how? Don't worry guys, I'm gonna share with you guys everything here, like I said. But before anything else, I would highly appreciate it guys if you could like this video, so that it will be pushed by the algorithm, so that more people who might need the information may see this, and of course that's gonna help my channel grow. And don't forget to subscribe. And just real quick guys, just in case your support is still free and you want to support me as a content creator and you love what we're doing, feel free to support me here in the SLA content creator program. Thank you so much for all the support and for watching my videos, because with your help we are able to do these tests. So thank you so much, I really appreciate you guys. So shout out to all our top 10 supporters, and not just the top 10 supporters. I'm not gonna show the details page anymore, because some of you might need some privacy on your points. But shout out to our top 10 supporters here: Mr. Bombastic, Kitsunity FR, God Level, King Kong, Sleepy, and a lot of other NIDs here, new supporters, old supporters. Thanks so much. And to those of you guys who still need some codes, we still have a lot of codes here, like literally thousands. So if you still need them, all you have to do is to support me, and I'll send the codes every few hours, every day. And just one last thing guys before we proceed, just in case you are still looking for a guild with very active members, our guild Madness has a few slots for those who are passionate and very active about the game, and very active in competing and improving in the guild boss. And just to let you know, Madness Guild was the unofficial #1 guild in terms of rages and rage counts for the first 2 weeks in the community guild leaderboard, composed of all these guilds who participated here. So yeah, just in case you're interested, all you have to do is to go to the Discord channel. I will put the link in the description, and just message Pan or Dag to apply. Alright guys, so here's my full team right now, and as you may have noticed, like we've got a lot of big improvements here. We got an A5 rim, Choi, we got to A3 as well from that, and I A10'd choice weapon here, literally just a few hours ago, just for this video. We're gonna go over this like one by one, so this might be a long video. And also just take note that I'm not gonna be explaining the concepts anymore, like the overcreate, the importance of defense penetration, things like those. I'm not gonna be explaining about those anymore. If you haven't watched my previous video on about new builds, about the research that we did on the guild boss and what we learned about the guild boss and the effective stats to use, if you haven't watched that video yet, make sure you do if you want to really like understand this in a deeper level. But in case you just want a simple guide or a build that you can copy, then that will be fine as well. So here's my Jinwoo build. We got 28.9k attack, overcrit 7.2k. I'm gonna increase this to 8k soon, but again, that's just based on my personal testing, not the official test yet that we're gonna do. Crit damage 202%, and cooldown reduction, defense spend, damage increase, and wind damage here. And then we have here full int. We're using a new skill here. So basically what this does is that it has a heavy break, it's wind element, and then once you hit the enemy, they're gonna get up to 14% critical hit damage received for 10 seconds. The cooldown is 20 seconds, so there's gonna be a downtime here even if you're using a reawakening and even with full intelligence build. So you're gonna see how this one works in the run replay, which is gonna be at the end of this video. And so you might be wondering whether or not it's possible to use this if you don't have the legendary version. The answer is yes, you can use that as well. So here, as you can see on the heroic quality, you're gonna get 5 stacks, but still 2% each stack, and then 10 seconds. So this is gonna be 10% critical hit damage received, and the legendary is just 14% critical hit damage received. So there's gonna be like a tiny difference, probably actual output of 1%, maybe something around that value. I guess. And then we have our blessing stones here. I just got my legendary VR1 reawakening. I use the selector, and I'm still using the demon slayer here for MP because we are going heavy on skill spamming here. Like, it's just continuous. Whenever the skills are on cooldown, we're gonna cast it, and it's hard to sustain the MP because my Song Jinwoo build right now is still not ready for that build, but I might adjust it soon and then change this into a damage blessing stone. Skill levels 18, vacuum wave still, so I still have a lot of improvement to make if I get legendary armor break. It's still heroic right now, so probably that's gonna increase my score. If artifacts are still blessing, there you go. I got wind here plus 15. I just made that because I'm using the 2 wind skills. And for the course here, Mail-in Fisher, let's just go over this real quick. Crit rate over crit, crit damage, defense penetration, damage increase, and HP here. Skills, still using Guardian plus Sylph, and then here are the cores. Some of these are from Alicia, so I'm just using them because Alicia doesn't have a place anymore. And as for our Gogun He, a massive change, 1.8 billion damage. So here's the stats. We got over crit 8k, crit damage 194, defense spent, damage increase, and light damage here. Skill levels 10, 10, 10, 10. One of my main focuses. As you can see, I already upgraded them to maximum. And then, yep, obsidian set with grid set. So here's my grid set right now with enhancements. So I'm gonna give you some tips on enhancements as well once we go to Thomas Andre. Here are the cores, very important, of course. Red one here, then there you go. So when choosing the cores to use, what I do here is I use the best artifacts that I have and then readjust the stats on what I need and use that for my cores and fill it up with the stats that I need. So you might be wondering, well, how did you get that obsidian? Actually, I did have a lot of extra obsidian sets. Let me just show you. Like, I literally spent so much resources like trying to do everything here, trying to RNG every single thing here. So here are the stats. This one is pretty decent. This one is a risky play. As you can see, we only have like 2 stats here that we can use. Good thing it went to crit damage, so it's not so bad. I want defense, but it went to crit damage, but it's okay. This one got 2 as well, defense per percent and damage increase. So I'm just risking it, and some of these I just use the artifact resets to get better stats. Okay, so one of the things that will probably change now on paper, theoretically, is that you're gonna have to focus more on defense penetration now on the guild boss. So again, if you wonder why defense penetration, watch my previous video. That's because we already have damage increase here, and with this new set we're getting like 60% damage increase here. And of course, Gogun-He is also in a team wherein there's a blessing set, there's a lot of buffs, guardian, etc. So the diminishing return is gonna be there. So my recommendation is try to get more penetration. It doesn't have to be like 30 penetration and 10 damage increase. It can still be equal, close, probably 25 penetration, 20% damage increase, something like that. But even so, it would barely matter, to be honest. And that's still on a case-to-case basis because each account is going to be different. How you perform the guild boss is going to be different. So again, if you want the detailed explanation on that, watch my previous video. All right, next let's go to Thomas Andre. Oh my goodness, 33.7k defense over crit 8k crit damage. I still have to improve this to probably around 190%. Defense penetration 23% and damage increase 27, light damage 10% here. Skills priority, skill 1, skill 2, and ultimate. And we are using 4-piece curse and 4-piece obsidian. You can also use warmonger, but if you do that, you're gonna have difficulties in getting the highest TP on your main unit, wherein the buffs are gonna go, like the angel in white, things like those. So take that into consideration as well. Just pick the ones with the best stats, but for me, I would still go for curse set because I can use this in clearing game content that requires high TP, because using obsidian set now will make their TP very very low. So I would still prefer this. Now let me just show you each of the artifacts. As you can see here, we got the enhance on the crucial stats. So what I would recommend here, as you enhance your as you enhance your artifacts, is just to enhance the main stats one by one. For example, we still got damage reduction here. I'll enchant this one. Before I re-optimize for a higher roll, I'll just move on to something else, then do that here again, do that here again. I just did that on my main DPS units. As you can see here, Gogun, he also has those enhancements. And afterwards, Mirai as well, got that. And afterwards, then you start optimizing for it if the rolls are very low, because it's much easier to get the stats with one roll than to keep on rolling for the higher stats, which is probably just gonna add like 20, 30, 40 stats, which is not gonna be worth it, and you're gonna waste a lot of like resources on that. So yeah, these are my artifacts right now. There you go. And these obsidian, I literally used up all my artifact reset in trying to reroll this into a decent stats. Priority is still defense plus 3%. Next would be crit damage, and then penetration, and then damage increase here. So as you can see, I still don't have light bracelet with defense, but once again, priority now here, Thomas Andre, make sure that you have your overcrit, because overcrit is very important. He doesn't have as much crit rate on his kit, only 10%, and some from the teammates, but it's not gonna be enough still. So overcrit, and then crit damage, then defense penetration, then damage increase. So for the cores, this one is the most important core, and then this one we want red cores here, but I don't have that yet. These were my old cores from Chai and from Gogun He, and here you go, defense penetration here. So I want red here, and I also want red here. And don't worry about the advancement, guys. Try to get A5 and then get A10 weapon. There's not gonna be a lot of difference there. Thomas Andre has a lot of defense percent. There's gonna be a diminishing return on that already. The most important thing are the stats, your artifacts, your cores, and your enhancements. Those are the crucial ones here. Even if you're A5 here, you can still pretty much deal 3 billion plus damage. Trust me. Okay, so focus on that, and then focus all your resources here if you want to perform well in the guild boss, because Thomas Andre is really strong right now. Especially he's the only one right now with this team fight damage bonus 24%. Now let's go to team B, which is we got Handsome here. Here are the stats: over crit as well, crit damage, defense penetration, damage increase, MP consumption reduction. These are basics already, assuming at this point, so you guys already know that. And then right now I went back to using Peridot or Sylph's blessing set here, and I have noble sacrifice here. And the reason I did this is because I made the adjustments to Choi Jong-in. Here's the stats of my Choi: 29k attack, 23, 29. The reason I decided to finally advance his weapon. I actually sacrificed some of my armory weapons just to be able to do this. Oh my goodness. I just really wanted to see. He got 420 million damage. Here are the skills, and here are the artifacts. We're still using the palace set for the guardian bonus effect, but now we are going to be using the obsidian here because this is 60% damage dealt increase. Okay, 60%, crazy amount of damage dealt. So my Choi usually can only deal around 240 million, and now he's dealing about 420, something around that. I think this one really helped. Of course, I had some improvements here as well because I had better stats than my previous set, but ultimately this 60% here is going to be very big. So now you might be wondering, well, Mouse, what's going to happen now? Aren't you going to have MP problems on your units? Well, actually no, because number one, our team A right now, Gogunhee is not MP hungry, Thomas Andre is not as well. The only two problems right now that's left is gonna be Mirei Amamiya and Chahein. So what I did here is, like, of course we're gonna need some MP consumption reduction. Actually, it's not yet fully ready because I just literally tested this kind of composition and artifact setup, but I'm gonna try to improve the MP consumption reduction more. So here's the stats: 31 point K attack, crit rate, there you go, and then wind damage. And the reason we can do that now, not only that you can get some from your cores to help you out, you can also get a lot of MP consumption reduction from your enhancement. So this is 355 plus 130. If you have your pieces with MP consumption reduction like these ones, then you can add more points to that to help you sustain your MP. So this is not yet ready. I still don't have, as you can see, my cores are like, these are mostly temporary cores that I'm just using to lower their total power. So now for Chahein, it's the same case. Actually, I have here an MP consumption reduction core, and then we have our MP core here as well. So these things actually are already like close to enough for them to sustain their skills throughout the entire 3 minutes of the guild boss fight. My Mirei is still dropping to below 66% sometimes, but I will be able to fix that very soon. Chahein team 3, here's the stats. There you go. Over crit, you don't need as much over crit on Chahein, lots of passives. And then here, artifacts here, following the same thing. Press enhance once, press enhance once, press enhance once, once, and then as soon as you get all your DPS with enhancements, then you can start re-optimizing again. Go back to your main unit, then re-roll and keep on re-rolling. Now for my Libora, we've got massive improvements on Libora as well because we kicked out Alicia. Basically, Libora can now use Alicia's items. So I have 30k attack, crit rate, crit damage, defense penetration damage increase, dark damage. So she's almost 700 them, I think, without the rip. Play Libora with the rip, there's more shadow steps in on that, and she tends to get more damage output. So I think we did great here. Still have to improve some of these, maybe add more crit rate enhancements once I get them. But here we go. And then for the course, so this one I just used temporarily for the crit rate, but I'm gonna remove this soon because I have a crit damage here. I just can't use this yet because it's my crit rate is gonna drop to 8k. But once I enhance my artifacts, this is probably gonna be able to reach around 9k or 10k, which is gonna be enough, and that I will have 21k crit damage by then, which is gonna, I think it's gonna make Libora perform better. So for Min Byung-gu, nothing special here, but I already fixed him for the most part. In my previous video, some of you guys pointed out, why are you using this? Well, I didn't have the resources, but now I fixed most of his things here. I even have light damage now, skills, artifacts. So I transferred the Angel in White to Team C, because basically these two, Libora and are literally just debuffers right now. Their damage is not gonna be huge. Chai is not gonna perform well without Gogunhi in the team. So instead of using Guardian Set here to get a slight increase, what I did is to use Angel in White and transfer it to Thomas Andre. I just haven't confirmed if that was fixed already this patch or not. I don't think it was fixed. So yeah, there you go, artifacts, and then Silp Steel just to get a bit more damage output on Libora and Chai in. Then there you go. So yeah, I think that's gonna be it pretty much for the setup. The meta has already changed. The defense units like Gogunhi, Thomas Andre are now gonna shine with the Obsidian accessories buff. The curse set and other burning sets probably gonna be buffed soon, but currently this is what's working. So if you want to perform well, you're gonna have to double down, triple down on all of these units that are gonna carry you, because in my case this is 1.8B, this is 3.3B, like more than half of the damage, overall damage of my entire teams are just from both of them. And another thing, for supports to work right now, you really have to make Gogunhi like a DPS, like a real DPS, not just Thomas. Gogunhi cannot use 8-piece grid in this kind of setup. He has to deal damage, and you have to take advantage of these. That's gonna be it. And if you're interested in watching the replay, it's coming up next here in this video as well. So that replay is just still on pure auto on Team A. I'm not using manual ult there. I don't have a routine. Like, I just play using my instincts and just adjust to whatever the boss is doing, the boss pattern, because we're not gonna do the ultimate pattern reset using the ascension break. Then you have to have a proper lineup that can survive the boss's attacks as well. So that's very, very important. I will probably add another video once I fix the routine into a more consistent one to get higher scores, but right now I still haven't got into it. But once I'm able to spend more time on it and be able to come up with something that can be replicated, then I'm gonna share it with you guys. For now, here's the replay. And again, guys, make sure that you subscribe, make sure to like this video so that you will be updated once our next video is uploaded. All right, let's go ahead and watch the replay.